Thank you. Yeah, my name is Murray McKinney, and I live at 9611 116th Avenue Northeast, which is in the Highlands neighborhood. Been a resident at Kirkland since 1977. This last year, residents in the Highlands neighborhood received a letter from the Public Works Department. There was going to be a change in the water distribution system in the Highlands neighborhood. The neighborhood only had a feed from the south end, and this modification was going to bring in another point of service into that, so create more of a loop system, increase fire flow, so on and so forth. And in the letter, it stated the plus sides, but also on the back side, it says a part of this change, your home's water pressure will be reduced. The change in water pressure each parcel will receive varies depending on the elevation of the parcel. Higher elevations will receive a greater pressure reduction than lower parcels. Although this change will result in the difference in your water pressure is still within the normal range for residential water pressure. So I live near the top of the Highlands up there, and we saw a reduction in our water pressure from about 69 pounds down to 48 pounds. Some people are even less as you get up towards the top of the hill. So this actual change was supposed to occur in April of last year, but due to the delays in the 405 interchange project, which brought a new water line just north of 85th across underneath the freeway, the connection wasn't made until last summer. And there was another notice sent out after the connection was made, and we all of a sudden saw a reduction in pressure up there. And it's so bad now, some residents turn on a faucet, flush a toilet, the water pressure drops. You go out and try to do irrigation in your yard, the fluctuation, the pressure changes. We've been working with the Public Works Department, Tom Christ in particular. We've had a series of meetings. I actually got a neighbor of mine who's a licensed civil engineer to do calculations, and I provided to the council a copy of a report he did, and he knew that this was going to happen based on what they did with the water pressure. So originally there was 2 zones in the Highlands neighborhood. You can see on the information I provided, and they combined it to 1 zone with 1 water pressure. And so what I'd like to do is encourage the city council to go back and put it back the way it was, which is the recommendation within this report, and it's not rocket science to put it back the way it was. But instead, the city is looking at going around and doing what I call a Band-Aid approach, where they're going to go through and meet. They have met with individual homeowners, and the next step is to set up a mitigation process where they'd either provide a booster pump or actually have the residents replumb their house in order to improve their water pressure, which I don't think the city's got any business going on private property. You ought to end at the meter, and from there on, it's up to the customer. So why not fix the system out in the right of way rather than doing this Band-Aid thing and spend the money instead of doing this approach, which was anywhere from $7,000 to $15,000 per residence, put the money into fixing the system the way it ought to be. Plus, you've got more density coming up with more infill going on. So
I'm sorry, your
I'm
time
out of
is
town,
up.
but I'd welcome the opportunity to talk more with the Public Works Department. John's up to speed on this. We've had some meetings with the neighborhood.
Thank you.
Thank you.